right. Are we drafting the dragon deck? Nothing here sounds particularly fun, so I always gravitate towards the fireball. But again, that puts us in red, which makes us want to go red-black, which makes me not happy. So that makes me lean towards like the Knoll Hunter, but I think I should take the fireball. Yeah, fireballs are fun. I don't think Morningstar would ever be a choice over Dragon's Fire. I do like a Morningstar, especially in the red-white option. You know, this Smith would probably not be a bad idea either, because that would be a really fun deck to force. The, you know, that specific white-red thing is pretty spicy and a lot of fun, actually. Here we've got the Tiger Tribe, keeps us in red, Plundering Barbarian. You know, the Valor Singer's, you know, been pretty, performing pretty well for me, as well as the Knoll Hunters. Tiger Hunter Tribe, it feels like a better card to me than it is. I feel like I almost always, it just dies on the spot. And when I have it, it's usually just a 5-mana 4/4, which is fine, because I don't usually want to throw stuff. But I feel like the Knoll actually performs a little bit better for me than the Tiger Tribe Hunter. But I also like staying in one color and seeing what's open a little bit more. Fighter class? Huh, we are double red card. Okay, okay, I could dig this. This seems fun. I'm not seeing too much yet in the way of white, but like fighter class is open. Still very early. A Swarming Goblins in the pack is promising. Let's give this a try. I've had a good equipment deck in the past, but it didn't have fighter class. It didn't have the thing. It was full of the 2/2s that get menace, and it was full of the +2/+0 at instant speed, and it just like killed people on turn 4. So it was a good deck, but it didn't have all of the flair and flavor that I want to see in this deck. So I like this. Fireball number 2, Devoted Paladin, which is actually I think made for this particular archetype, and a Mace. Elf Monk's not bad either. I'm always going to be taking, I think, the Fireball over either of those two. I think the Devoted Paladin will probably wheel, and I think the Mace is not my ideal equipment in this deck. I don't think the Mace will wheel. I don't think the Half Elf will wheel. The Devoted Paladin might. So I'm happy with this Fireball here. We got the Tiger Tribe already, so I think I like a Dueling. I like this Dueling. It's really aggressive. We want the 1/3 white creature. We really want Delver's Torch. Do we take a Torch over You Hear Something on the Watch, or a Hoarding Ogre? Both of those things I really do want. All 3 of these things I really want. Elf Monk, this is pretty late. Oh, yes, 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 this is where we want to be. Pick 8 Armory Veteran. This will win the game on its own. I want like 3 Dueling and 3 Veterans, and that will make a really solid deck, surprisingly. Yes, show it to me. Let's go. Let's go. I actually didn't even know this was in my opening pack, but I, you know, took a Fireball over it. And I usually don't like this over the Knoll, because the Knoll is good in every deck, so that's probably why I didn't notice. We were wrong. So the Half-Elf Monk wheeled. I didn't think we would wheel the Mace, but I did think we would wheel the 4/4. But we got the Monk. Probably don't want to run 2 of them, but it's fine. Unexpected Windfall might be a thing in this deck. Is fighter class playable? I believe so. It's one of the archetypes in this format, so. Fireball, Gloomstalker, Dawn. Okay, this is just a hands down Magic Missiles, if I'm not mistaken. The rare is pretty good, and our white is honestly still pretty situational. I could see switching into the green here, and green-red is a really good archetype. So like Monk is replaceable, you hear something on the watch is replaceable, and Fighter class we still don't have like the best deck for it, but we've drafted a fair amount of Gruul and we have not drafted very much Boros equipment. So I think I'm just going to try to stick on target here and see where we can end up. We saw some really late Armory veterans, which makes me think that our lane is open. I'm pretty happy with that. Hey, Sinvac, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Dawnbringer Champion is pretty good. We're playing best of one. We don't need the Divine Smite. It's definitely a card I'd be willing to put in my deck if I'm low on playables regardless, but there's certainly enough black in the format, that's for sure. Dragon's Fire, red looking nice and open here. I do need to take a couple of equipments a bit higher. Wow, sack deck looking good. We saw Steel in the last pack into a Skullport Merchant here. Whew, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be big game. 3-drop slot. I don't know that we're likely to complete an adventure. If we get the adventure equipment, I like a bunch. But I also like filling my 3-drop slot a little bit. There's not much else here for us. Green is looking open. I think that would be a good, would have been a good switch with our rare. Okay, we only have one dueling so far. I like improvised weaponry is good. I think we'll maybe get more veterans after how late we saw them last round. We have 3 solid 2s. I'm happy with 4 or 5 in this deck, I think. Definitely not running another unicorn. White is looking okay. There's a good 3-drop that we want to fill our drops. We didn't want the Gloomstalker very much, but we took it as a curve filler. But the Valor Singer is exactly where we want to be with that. Hello, Smith. So the Smith lets you dig out artifacts. So that's going to be pretty solid for us in assuming the deck goes well. It might not get played. With what we currently have, I don't think it's getting played. But with 1 Ogre, then that starts to look really good. Ranger's Hawk looks good with equipments as well. This is all pretty not good. Price of Loyalty. Oh my goodness, that is so open. We didn't see any in the first pack, I don't think. But I like a Barbarian. Contact the Other Plane is solid. Boots. Playable. We are a little light on the equipment side, so I didn't prioritize them very highly in pack 1, and we didn't see them in pack 2. I mean, our 4-drop slot's not full, so we might take a Sellsword, but I feel like he'll probably wheel. So, rare draft? Don't think we're playing the leather armor much. It's an okay card, but we already have 23 playables, pretty close. I would obviously like to increase the quality of those, but I don't know if the leather armor is actually doing that, so rare draft. Paladin class is, oh no, my Reaper and my Hoarding Ogre. Creatures get +1/+1. Whenever you attack until end of turn, attacking creature gets +1/+1 for each attacking creature and gains double strike. Seems good. Burning Hands, Dueling, and Hoarding Ogre. I want all of these cards. But I'm also very greedy. White Dragon for a top end, which we don't really have. You see a pair of goblins, the Priest of Ancient Lore. Our 3-drop slot filled out well enough. We ended up getting 2 that I'm really happy with, and, you know, 1 that I'm meh about. I think I like the White Dragon. I mean, it's tempted. I like the Priest a ton. But I think the White Dragon is one of the better of the uncommon cycle. I haven't gotten to play with it enough. I have not played very much white in the format, to be perfectly honest. Hobgoblin. Hello. Oh, but there's a mace. We have one dueling, a speed boots, and that's kind of it, guys. I actually think we might want to take the mace over a hobgoblin, which feels very strange. Normally, these duelings are really easy to find, especially when armory veterans were going around super late. Mace wheels. It didn't in the last pack, and this is our last option. So our deck might not come together, and we probably will get enough 2-drops. It won't be the goblin, which is better. I don't like the golem, to be honest. How many creatures do we have? 12? The armory veteran is pretty good, so I feel like that's a good replacement for the hobgoblin. We'll probably see those. Question is, do we take 2 maces over a solid 4? We have good removal, so I think the goblin could, or the golem could do some good work. Okay, we are seeing more maces now. Ally. 3, 4. That is a late Minimus Containment. I would even play the Dawnbringer Cleric. That card comes in handy quite often, but happy with a containment here. Red Dragon. I don't think we want to play both, and the white one is better. Both seems awfully expensive. We could cut like Tribe Hunter maybe? I don't know. Goblin is good. We don't have the pump spell. Yay! The dueling wield! We needed this. This makes me happy. Okay, cool. Now we suck way less. Price of loyalty, wheeling around. I didn't see a ton of ghouls, but we did see a Skullport merchant, which was interesting. Don't think we're playing more Gloomstalkers. Hey, Viltrus, welcome, welcome. Okay, we have a lot of stuff, right? So Paladin class, Ranger Hawk, we're not playing that. Probably not playing that now. Not that. Okay, so artifacts, we've got 1, 2, 3. We didn't end up with an ogre. I think ogre is really what makes the smith pay off, which we didn't get. So I think we're done with that. Monk, Dungeoneer. I think I like the Dungeoneer more than I like the Sellsword. We're not likely to have a ton of treasures. Got 1 monk, probably cut that. Creature count looks good. 4 more cuts. Golem, maybe? I'm thinking about it. I like 15 creatures here. The weakest one is probably Gloomstalker. But we have 4 cuts, so I don't think we can cut more than 1 creature. So first I'm trying to take a look elsewhere and see what is cuttable. I think we might not have enough heavy hitting equipments for fighter class. Where are the rares? There's a couple. Not a lot. I mean, it's draft, so we don't usually get a ton of them, right? We just don't have a great curve, so I think Gloomstalker might be a little bit better. So I like Golem maybe instead. I don't think we have enough to support the Paladin class, or the, sorry, the, what was it? Which one is it? Fighter class. So we need 2 more that are not creatures. For each attacking creature and gains double strike. That thing seems like a house. We don't want to play it if we cut any more creatures. Hey, Boofy. It feels like we have more creatures than we do. I don't know why we're so much shorter on creatures than it feels, but we are. Drop weaponry. Weaponry, where is that card? I don't know names very well. Improvised weaponry. Yeah, maybe, actually, because we've got missiles, dragon's fire, double fireball, and containment. That's a lot of removal, actually. I like the weaponry suggestion. I think it is the weakest of the bunch. I like the mace idea as well. A couple people saying weaponry and mace. I think I like both of those options as well. Keeps us at 14 creatures. Pretty aggressive here in the start. I think we're 1/2-drop creature short of where I'd like to be.
Humble store purchase made for $39.99.
Heck yeah! Thank you for whoever purchased a Humble Bundle thing. Guys, if you purchase Steam games, if you use the Humble Bundle link, it's basically a third-party site that sells codes for Steam games and Switch games and stuff. We get 5% of those purchases, and then I donate that to charity. I keep none of it. So instead of giving 5% extra to Steam, you guys can give it to ocean conservation. So if you do purchase Steam games, use the link below. And whoever just did it, thank you so much. 13 you would put in the mace. So you would add an equipment and cut down to like 12 creatures running 3 equipments. That seems awfully high. I feel like that's part of the problem when people are making cuts, right? They decide, hey, I like this card less than this card without paying any attention to the synergy that those cards have together. You can have 50 better equipments, but that doesn't mean jack if you don't have any creatures to support the equipping of them, right? So balancing your creature count with the amount of equipments that you have is very important. I agree, I like Mace. And Venturing Dungeoneer is pretty meh. There's a lot of things in this deck that are pretty meh, including Gloomstalker. But yeah, then we have a situation where we have 3 equipments on board and we're hoping to top deck a creature that doesn't come. Dueling Reaper number 2 is meh. Well, we cut the mace, right? So we only have 2 equipments, which is pretty low. And the Dueling Reaper on these 3 2-drops is pretty game breaking. But people were saying add another equipment, cut more creatures. I think 2 equipments, 14 creatures right now is pretty fine with some really good payoffs. Putting a Dueling Reaper on the champion as a combat trick is so spicy when they try to make a trade. So good. You would drop a fireball before cutting a creature. I think I would drop an equipment definitely, and the another thing I cut that I like is the improvised weaponry before a creature, even though I think it's better than Gloomstalker and Veteran. You still had the Smith in. We took the Smith because I decided, well, we only had 3 equipments with no treasure generators, and that seemed not quite right. Good curve. See if we can get there. This magic missiles could be quite spicy. I'm willing to trade this ranger, but I don't think they'll attack into it. This is a little sad. I was really hoping it was going to be a 2/2. So what do I do here? Situation will probably just get worse. I'm okay with this. So I decided that they probably wouldn't have a 2/2 there. They can't pump it here, which is nice. That is pretty awkward. We have 2 fireballs for a little extra reach, which is really good. We have Tiger Tribe, which can put some work in here, removing a blocker if need be. Something is going to get bigger here. That is not what I was hoping for. We could go here and still have pretty good attacks. Or we send 3. Hope they don't block with the barbarian. They probably will. I think they will, but that's okay. We play the tiger tribe. And then remove a blocker to try to finish. This is a tough game, right? Like, Ranger class is one of the hardest cards to beat in the format. Hands down. I think they might not attack with the Singer because it holds back the Armory Veteran. Oof, that's real bad. Oh, that's way better! Oh!
HDMZWCSH0L40 just purchased Humble Manga Bundle, Isekai by Kadonsha for $25.
It's a shame it's got that much ward, but... Four, 5. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage here. Oh, if they have removal, I guess I'm dead. Nice, nice. Give this Menace pre-combat. And go in with the team. HD, thank you so much for making a Humble Bundle purchase. I do appreciate it. I love it when you draw a good ratio of creatures, equipments, and removal spells. It's like my favorite thing. It's like Christmas. This is pretty medium, but has a good payoff card, has a little ramp. There's a nice little 2-drop for us. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad we get to kill the torch. That's pretty cute. I will happily trade this Displacer Beast with you if you would like. I think it's an okay trade, and I think there's a good chance that they don't want to trade it, so... What? You're not supposed to do that. Okay, we'll develop before we decide to pump. We could crack that and go in, but I feel like we've got good stuff happening here. Still on the draft grind, eh? I mean, this is a limited channel, so like, I've been on the draft grind for like, I don't know, 15 years or something. Okay. Ooh, they attack with both? I didn't know if you ever play other formats. I do if there's a tournament or something involved. But without a tournament, then I will typically not. I could trade this 1 for 1, which feels maybe right. They trade with this, but that's a lot of damage. I guess it would not be 1 for 1. So this one is just normal. So we can just go like that, take 8. Maybe developing here wasn't the greatest, as opposed to rushing the paladin out so we could trade. Well, what if I go here first? We might just be able to kill them. If we hit a land next turn, they're just dead, right? I want to land pretty badly. Okay, well, it's no longer lethal, I guess. Well, I was talking about triple blocking it, which would... And I was talking about also trading on this as well. That was another option that we had. So we can... we actually have lethal without the land now, right? Because we can attack all, tap this, hold full control, tap down... There, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we have lethal without it. We just full control, play the Reaper. So. When you go into attackers, it removes full control, so be a little careful there. And it removes full control. I could have responded I could have gone in response to this trigger though, but it's always better safe than sorry. And just because, in case I miscounted, I also have 2 blockers. Saving back mana to tap one of their creatures. Yes, yes. All right, nicely done, guys. Didn't even need the double strike. Double strike? Who needs you? Shh, get out. Get out of town. A bit on the slow side, but again, you know, four lands, whatever. The dragon is almost dead? What? The dragon is almost dead. You're not comfortable with the word? No, I just shorten it always. Like, I call this just Dragon, right? Or whatever. Valor. I shorten most card names. If I know the card name at all. Most of the time, I don't. This is a hell of a dang curve. What the Jiminy Christmas is happening here? Okay, we're probably gonna die to this. That's just straight rude. Oh! Oh my goodness! What in Jiminy Christmas is happening? Oh my Jiminy Christmas. Okay, well. So next turn we have White Dragon. We've kind of stonewalled them just a little bit, right? So I hope they just attack with the ally here with no tricks, hopefully. And then we can tap down the ally, have blockers, and just expand. We have some big things coming down, right? Please miss, please miss, please miss. Come on, no whammies. Thank you, thank you. Okay, cool. We're back. We're back in this. We tap this down permanently. We've got 2 solid blockers. Next turn, 3 solid blockers, and then double striking equipment. Pro Jared, welcome to the channel. How are you doing, hun? Guys, can we get a streamer shout out, please, for Pro Jared? Please go show some love. Good friend to the channel. Also, working with DGen Gaming on that Fatal Core sponsorship, so some really cool variety games going on over there. Oh, fudge sickles. All right, that sucked. It's almost, if we had, oh man, one more dueling, we'd be lethal, right? It's really close. Not quite, I guess. We would have had to have played the red dragon, but... How goes the drafts? This is our first one of the day. We are currently 2-1. We just died. Ew, come on. That's a tad bit too flooded for me. Goodbye, dragon. Holy shit, that card's great. All right, where are you? Plundering Barbarian! Come to me! don't think they block, do they? Against a dueling? Against a dueling deck? Why would I bluff here? I wouldn't bluff here. You should not block. Great. They can suit up, which I will take. Oops, I almost clicked the wrong one. And then we will Minimus Containment it, probably. Or just blow it up, I guess. Next turn. I wouldn't, to be clear, I would not +1/+1 there if they blocked. I would have just let the bounce happen. I just wanted to get in some cheap damage. Barrowin of Clan Unda. I'll trade that for this. I was planning on doing that anyway on the way back, so sure. I was not planning on letting that thing survive. It's a really cheap equip cost. Hawk, we can start doing a thing here with the Gloomstalker each time. I'd be happy with. We have double Fireball for a little extra reach. We also have Red Dragon still in the deck. White Dragon's on the bottom, so we can't count on that. But Red Dragon is like a lava axe to the face, more or less. So we have some really good options there. Oh, come on. Come off of it. Okay, well, maybe we're dead. All right, guys, come on. Ew. Ouch. Okay, well, we just died to that. You know, we had a Minimus Containment that I could have saved, but killing a 4/4 that let our Venturing Dungeoneer get in seemed pretty good. Most things in Black-White are smaller than 3/4s. Even if he did leave me a Fireball, that doesn't really help all that much. I'm gonna go on the Hawk in case I can find a removal. We have a fair amount of removal, right? That would kill this planar ally. We have Dragon Fire, double Fireball. Maybe we can start getting in on the air. Rude. Kingpin is just no fun. It looked good. At least they are degenerate. Oh, nice. Hey, Art Davis, how are you, hon? Welcome, welcome. They know we have this is the problem. Who knows? Maybe we can get like a fireball that they don't see that I'm gonna get and I can do a thing. Or maybe we're just dead. I don't really know. It's fine. They probably just have a fireball off the top of my deck that they plan to cast to kill me. Or dragon to face race. I don't think that that would be an option because we are like basically dead on board. So we don't have a good way to get into a race even with dragon, I don't think. Dragon would put them to 9, which would still be a 3-turn clock versus I'm basically dead right now. Do they have the mana for the sword win con? I have no idea. Didn't seem particularly relevant. I think their win con was on board. Let's just go there. So our last 2 opponents, our first opponent aggroed out the much less scary rare and just had a really nice aggressive curve. And then this opponent just played Xanathar, or whatever his name is, and killed us. With many of our own cards. Not a lot you can do about that. Okay, this looks like a pretty great curve. Go here into champion, hopefully use dueling as a combat trick. All right, I need a land. Please and thank you. That is no land. On the last game, why did you minimus the creature and not the equipment? Because I wanted to be the aggressor, and minimusing the creature took care of a lot of things. They didn't have another creature on board at all, so it felt pretty decent. What is going to happen here? Nice. We take those. So yeah, I had a creature on board, they did not, so they'd have to play a creature, re-equip. We had a ton of removal in the deck, and we've got reach with Red Dragon, Fireballs. They were already at 13 life, so I thought we could sneak in that window and put them in a spot where the weapon, the equipment wouldn't help them get back into the game. That was my thought process. Clearly, against a 5/6 that steals a card every turn, or as many cards as they can play, that did not work out. But instead you gave him a treasure he needed to cast a mythic, a busted mythic. Well, I mean, I didn't really have a good way of knowing that. If you did, then you're a cheater. Usually at that point, there isn't a lot more that they can use the treasure for. Maybe a dragon, which, you know, fireballs and such deal with pretty well. We also have a plundering barbarian in our deck. And a lot of removal that can deal with most creatures as they come down, so. What color combos are most powerful? 2 color combos. I believe it is red, black, sacrifice, and red, green, Boros Aggro. Pack tactics. Create a treasure token. I could kill theirs, but is good too. Yeah, I mean, there's not that many archetypes, right? So you have to pick the best. There are a lot that are good, I think. They've tried to, you know, sort things out pretty well now to where there's not a lot of dead cards. Thing's very good. Do I care to kill it yet? I don't think so. They're like stuck on land, right? Mine card. Hey, Christmas, welcome, welcome. How was the rest of your stream? You're probably still streaming, actually. Interesting. They just want to draw a card that badly. They could have their own fireball, but if they do, I'm still pretty far in the lead here. I didn't think they would attack, which is why I decided to do this, and I decided if they did attack to trigger the pack tactics, I would still be fine with the outcome trading the Dungeoneer. Only thing they can really do to kill, like, to get the driver's seat away from us would be like a fireball here. And then even then, we're still pretty happy, right? Dueling does some work. We got fireball to back it up. That's fine. "5 o'clock alarm, guys. Don't forget to drink more waters." So do I go for lethal? I think they had this much mana open last turn, so I think if they had Dragonfire, they would have cast it already. I'm not going to protect the champion and go for lethal. If they had used up all of their mana the previous turn, I might put it onto the champion to protect it. Because I don't want to put it onto the 2/2, get blown out with Dragonfire, and make a bad trade on the 3/1. So like waiting an extra turn there might not have been the worst play ever. Seems fine. Okay, this hand seems fine. I learned so much just watching you play, and then some when you justify your actions. I do my best. Paladin class. Oh no. Hey, what is this? Choose a non-land card from it, exile it. What is this nonsense? Fireball? Singer? What did they take? Singer. That was the other option I thought might eat it. Okay, your creatures are larger and in charger. Got it, friend. We'll bash here. Next turn we probably give Menace and go in and try to race. Hey, hey, hey. That's just rude. What? Why would you do such things? Well, they know we have this, so I think they just have a better thing. But I think that's worth killing. Could certainly be wrong. We have Red Dragon and another Fireball for the extra reach. We also have a Magic Missile. Okay, well. I baited into that a little bit. It's alright. Red Dragon is on point. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, that's not... They don't have enough to give double strike. They had to cast this, which I like. Next turn, however, they might have enough for double strike, so we will have to be careful. That was a nice little thing to stop us from... Well, actually, don't we just kill them if we go here? Yeah, I almost fucked that up. I forgot that I had the Reaper on the board. And then I remembered. All right, in the profit, guys. First draft of the day. Can't ask for much more than that. Guess what I drew? Bet you'll never guess. Okay, Goobles. Goobles are scary. That's unfortunate. No attacks. I want to be able to offer double blocks on this. Could just have it been the Fireball or something. Or a Pump Spell would suck. But it'd be a 1-for-1. Wouldn't be that bad. Oh, Fudge Sickles! Come on, roll a 1. Roll a 1. Thank you! They could almost... Well, they would have had to spend mana on it anyway, but still, that would be some scary shit. We kind of knew this was happening this way, which makes me pretty sad. Okay. Our creature still dies, but it removes 3 damage off the next board as well. Get our land. think we have to do this. I could have, I guess, done it at instant speed. Wow, we failed the last 3 of these. Hey, Wolf, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. Can I hit one more land, please? Oh no, that's super bad. Now it has first strike. Oh shit. Oh man. Okay, well, I need a land. Even if I get a land, we're still probably dead. Ah, no. Okay, well, that's... Oh. Okay. Because we get to cast 2 things, right? It does, but I was honestly just not thinking about it. I've just been focused on not dying. Maybe they could be at 15 or something. But they played a creature each time, right? With the green dragon they played. They've been playing stuff, so... Okay, well, that thing is first striking, so I think we have to go like this and take 2. Yeah, they had played a creature, like they attacked, they played the 5/4 that is here. This guy, right? The swarming goblins, and then they played the dragon the following turn, so I don't even actually think there was a time for us to attack, to be honest. Holy fuck me, Jesus. Okay, we're dead. Even if we hit the land to tap this down, we still die. Damn. You're splashing this with treasure? Where did you even get that treasure you got from me? Why is this in your deck? Alright, we're gonna go out on our own terms. I haven't rolled above a 9 yet, so I can't imagine I will. So, yeah. Profit! Not as much profit as I would have liked, but a very fun deck, all things considered. It didn't come together. 2 of our losses were to like big fat rares, but we did play Magic, so I can't complain about that. I'd like to give a special thank you to those of you who have signed up for our Patreon. I couldn't make this content without you. Also to Cool Stuff Inc. and KMC Sleeves for supporting the channel as well. Definitely check them out and use our discount codes to support the channel.